Hello everyone and welcome to Star Wars Unlimited, a playthrough. I've just had my deck list there at the start. So what does this deck look like? This is an Anakin yellow, so an Anakin cunning deck. It is all about trying to get some Jedis into play, use some force throws, and I have some pillages in there. Actually, since I made this video, I've removed those pillages. But there's a couple of little tricks in this deck. First of all, it's got Now There Are Two of Us, which is a brilliant way to almost cheat out some cards, some higher valued cards a little bit quicker. And, well, there's a few different ways that I'm just basically trying to use Anakin's ability, which is damage your base for 2, but give your unit that's attacking another unit +2. It seems really counterintuitive that you're going to be wanting to damage your base, but actually with Anakin you kind of do, because when he deploys at 6 resources, for every 5 damage on your base he gets +1 attack damage, which is pretty tasty. So as you can see, my opponent started off, we've just sort of traded a little bit and they've managed to get an Ezra out. I'm just trying to get rid of something that I think is going to be good from his hand in this case, so I'm having a look. I think I'm always probably going to lean towards getting rid of that cunning. He's on turn 4, he can play it, it could be annoying to me sort of thing, so let's just get rid of that card. Although I don't have a unit on the battlefield at the moment, I'm not too worried. Again, taking damage isn't the end of the world, at least early on for an Anakin leader. You're just basically buffing yourself up. So here I had a few different options, as you saw. I wanted to try and get the Anakin into play. A 6/6 seems really strong. Yes, it doesn't have an immediate board impact. You know, it's not like a Plo Koon, which is normally a 3/6 unless you've got Coordinate online and comes in with an ambush. I actually have both of them in the deck, and why? Again, we come back to that one card I was talking about, which we're not seeing in this game at the moment. Now there are 2 of them. That would allow you to play something, it's a 3-cost card and you can play it for 5 cheaper, which means effectively with 3 resources you can play the right card for free if it's a 5 cost, which Anakin and Plo Koon both are 5s, which is why they're both in the deck. Now, the way this traditionally works is, and you see there I have a Grogu in the deck, you want to get something down with like either a Force trait or a Republic trait, and then that Now There Are Two of Them card allows you to play a non-vehicle but with a matching trait out. But you can only have 1 card in play when you do that. It's certainly a niche sort of card. It's not as necessarily overpowered as I originally hoped it would be when I was putting forth this deck. And as you can see, I'm absolutely getting hit for 20 already. That doesn't mean, obviously, when I'm deploying my leader, well, he comes out with actually quite a chunk of hit about him. Coming out as an 8/7, I think I make the right call here taking out the Han leader, but he's already at 7 resources. Putting that Enfys Nest into play, and, well, to be honest, we are looking massively uphill here. I need to take something out that's going to damage my base. At the moment, I can see he's got 6 damage against me on the table. I've got 7 health left, but with his 5 resources, I'm expecting a trick up his sleeve here, let's be honest. And I could tell there was going to be something coming out here with his 5 resources. He had a hot shot blaster waiting to deal that final damage, and that was GG. So let's just look at the deck list. I mentioned I've made a couple of changes to it since. Well, actually, straight off away, I've got rid of the creative thinkings. I think they were useful in the right stance. They have that sort of cunningness of exhausting an enemy. It also a kind of turn 1 play, but it just feels really sad when you have to do that. Other tweaks and changes, I've actually gone away from the get rid of cards from your opponent, so I've actually dropped the Spark of Rebellion and the Pillage. I found I was coming up against a lot of people who either had card draw and could get around it, and I wasn't severely impacting them with those cards enough to warrant not being able to actually play any units. And you are finding when you're using those cards at turn 2, turn 3, you're just playing them to disrupt your opponent. And I need, in this case, to be quite an aggressive deck. I don't want to be disrupting the opponent. I want to be getting things down and dealing damage. But yeah, it's a fun deck that I've been enjoying, and I'm going to be tweaking it from now on. Let me know what you think of it. Is it going to lose every game like this one? Let me know in the comments section below.